Alright guys, I want to talk today about BG Blitz. Now, BG Blitz is the new PvP game mode of War Within Season 1. So, BG Blitz is very popular right now for people trying to push because people are hitting rating that they have not hit before. People are above 3k right now, whereas Solo Shuffle, 3s, 2s, they are much lower rated at the top end of the ladder. Despite this, the sort of middle bottom of the ladder, people are actually lower. The average player is lower rated in BG Blitz than Solo Shuffle, despite the top end being so inflated. So there's two main reasons for this. Number one is that there's a rating cap. So every win that you get, you can only go up by 24 rating above 1600. This means it takes a lot of games to progress. The other reason is that it's different. It's different than Arena. It's a different skill set. It's sort of like baseball and basketball, where you can be good at baseball. It doesn't mean you're going to be great at basketball. There's some stuff that carries over, right? Like being in good shape all around will help you, right? Having good cardio will help you. So, while I can't help you with how many games you queue, I can help you with the strategy. I can help you with where you should be, sort of what plays you should be making. This is going to be geared primarily towards Death Knight because I am a Death Knight player. I've gotten my Frost Death Knight to about number 12 on the ladder, number 12 or 13 on the ladder right now, and I have two other Death Knights that I've gotten above 2.4, so I am not doing anything special. I am going to explain exactly what I am doing in my games, and hopefully that helps people a little more than just saying, hey, run these stats and you'll, have at it. I'm going to show you exactly why I'm making the decisions I'm making. This is going to be part one. So I'm going to try and break down a little bit on, here's what to do on a flag map, here's what to do on a base map, and then I'll put out a second guide where I covered the maps that I didn't cover in this one today. All right, so let's get right into it. All right, so the first one we're going to cover here today is going to be Eye of the Storm. And now I included Eye of the Storm because this is the one that I see a lot of people, they don't really know the strategies. They might be making some mistakes, and hopefully this helps cover what you should be doing or should not be doing a little bit. So Eye of the Storm is obviously different than how you may be used to it, or if you're new to PvP in general, you may not be used to it at all, and that's okay. Eye of the Storm starts out with two bases that are active and a flag in the middle. When you capture that flag in the middle, the bases switch. So the bases that were inactive can now be captured. And the bases that were able to be captured are no longer available. If you control one base and you capture the flag, you get 150 points. Now, if you control two bases and you capture the flag, you get 175 points. Now, you do not want to capture the flag unless you are behind on points. Okay? Number one. The reason for this is because, again, when you capture the flag, it switches the bases. So I'm going to cover through that. I'm going to show a little bit. I'm going to show someone actually makes that mistake. And I just want everyone to be clear on it so that you're not getting people flaming you in the chat for not knowing or doing the wrong thing. Okay, so hopefully this helps. Going into this, there's two main strategies. You are going to have the two bases and the flag in the middle at the start. Now, what you can either do is you can capture the flag in the middle and you can hold it at your base without turning it in, just hold it at your base. And then you have a base, they have a base, and then when you get 150 points away from winning, you capture the flag and you win. The other strategy here is that you capture both bases and they don't have anywhere to turn in the flag. So looking at their comps is how your comp and their comp is how you're gonna determine which strategy might work best for you. So looking at their comp, they have 4 stealth characters, okay? I'm thinking in my head when I go into this, they're probably going to take our base. Okay? They have 4 stealth characters, 2 of them are rogues, and one of them's a boomy. They're going to take our base. So if we fight middle, we're going to get stuck where they have 2 bases. Right? And then we have the flag, we can't turn it in anywhere, so we're just kind of stuck. So the only way to meet offense is with more offense. So what I'm going to do is go straight for their base. Being a Death Knight, you typically want to be in team fights. However, sometimes you can't always rely on your team to see these patterns. Maybe they're new, maybe they just, they're unfamiliar, or they're used to doing it a certain way. So sometimes you need to step up, even if it's not really your role. So what I do here is I found out the mage and the boomy are here. I have a rogue and a shadow priest with me. The rogue isn't showing up for some reason, but he's here. I think he's a little far away. So I'm gripping them away from the point. As a Death Knight, your main tools are Disruption. Chains of Ice and Death Grip should be your most pressed abilities in this game. Maybe not, but they should be up there, right? I'm gripping them away from the flag because I know that the rogue or priest may be able to sneak up there and capture it. Right, so gripping them away and slowing them. So I'm starting to do some damage. Keeping them distracted. I'm hoping the rogue goes up there and caps it, but looks like the mage kind of tries to get some distance. So we figure out that we have to kill him. The rogue starts capping it. That's why it's good to grip them away from the points. Right. So now we are going to capture that. And like I said, the enemy team has gotten our base. 2 sub-rogues. 2 assassination rogues. I didn't know if a boomy or anything would go over there too, but these things happen. So, had we not gotten this base, we would be in a bit of a predicament. So here we are, just defending the base. Now we do have the flag. I think our teammate, and this is no throwing shade at anybody, but I think our teammates thought we were going to get that base back, so he ran over there with a flag instead of coming here. So unfortunately, that's not going to work out too well, because they're just gonna kill him and get the flag. But what I want to do here in this video is also show that, like, when people are making those mistakes, it's okay. It's not the end of the world. You can still come back. Don't be that guy who says good game after the first 10 seconds. You can come back from losing, okay? So we're gonna see here. They get the flag. Okay, so now we're behind, right? We're behind on points. They have the flag. A lot of people here would give up. They'd be like, good game. They just beat us on comp, right? They have 4 stealths on this map. It is what it is. But no. Play it out, okay? So we have 2 options here with the flag. When the enemy has a flag like that, if you're a Death Knight, you can either kill the flag carrier, and it's going to sound like I'm trolling you. I'm not. Jump off the edge of the map with the flag. Don't try and run it all the way back. You'll die. But if you jump off the edge of the map, it'll reset the flag in the middle, and your team can go grab it. So that is option 1. Option 2 is you can use Death Grip to grip the flag carrier into the capture point. And when you do that, you're going to reset the bases. It does give them a cap, yes, so they get some points. But it gives you the option. Right now you're losing. So it gives you the option to go and capture the other bases. Or at least capture one, maybe spin the other, prevent them from capping it. And then your base is ticking with points, and they don't have a base ticking with points. So I know as a Death Knight, I'm the only one who can do that. So I started going that way, but again, they have stealth classes. I'd asked in the chat, hey, can someone stay here? I think people were a bit distracted. They may have missed it. But I know without making some play for the flag, we are just by default going to lose here. So unfortunately, I can't leave because they have 4 stealth classes. So have to fight the Boomkin here. Good thing we have all the cooldowns up. Shadow Priest joins in as well. So, after cleaning this up a bit, I type in the chat again here, and I say, and again, when I'm typing in the chat, this is just a rule for everybody. Don't be a jerk to your team, okay? There's new players, there's players that are coming back, there's players that may be busy, they may have kids, they may have... Just be a decent person to everybody. It's a video game. So, when I'm typing in chat, I'm like, hey, can someone sit so I can try to grip him? You know, I'm not like, hey, stupid, come back, you know? I'm just saying, hey, I can make a play here that can change the game. Please, come back here. So, I think I have the volume on a little bit. All right, so he runs back. Absolute hero for doing that. Having some trust in the team. As I am running back over here, a bunch of them died, so they kind of panic capped here. So instead of running over, joining the team fight, just attacking, trying to get numbers on the damage meter, I'm already thinking next objective, okay? So we're running straight over, because we know that now that it's been capped, the bases are going to rotate. So I want to go straight for the new base. And I see I have some teammates ahead of their team running this way. I also notice their team is coming across the bridge. So here, I have some options, right? I could stay here and I could try and cap it, but if they get to me, they're gonna spin me until we can kill them, because I'm not gonna be able to capture. They're gonna keep attacking me. I'm not gonna be able to capture the point. Or I can have a little bit of trust in my teammates, and I know that's hard in BG Blitz and random game modes, but as a Death Knight, you are disruption, okay? You are going to disrupt the enemy team to allow your team openings to win the game. You're not a sub-rogue, you're not a feral. This is what you do as Death Knight, disruption, okay? Now, sometimes your team will capitalize on it, sometimes they won't. This is, you know, what you chose at the character selection screen, so it's what you got to stick with. You have to make these plays. Sometimes it works out, sometimes your team doesn't see the opening, and it is what it is. But this is, as long as you are doing what you need to do, it's a team game, okay? So what I do here is I choose to run down here, trust my teammates, chains of ice. Right? I'm not trying to kill this guy here. I am just trying to make sure that he does not get up there. So my Mistweaver, as you saw, he ran down here to help. And he quickly realized what I'm doing. So shout out to this guy if you're watching this. Good play. He saw what I was doing down here and he was like, oh, we got to get the point. Not everyone's going to do that. Sometimes they're going to run down here and join the team fight, and it is what it is. But here, all I can do is what I can do, and I'm slowing them, I'm gripping them. All right, keeping them from going up there and fighting. And we end up getting the points. So, again, it's not a good 1v1 class. It's not a good, you know, not stealth taking bases here, but I am disrupting the enemy team so that my team, it is easier for my team to succeed. Okay, I'm gonna take a sip of water here because I don't want to be coughing all over the street. All right, so now we went from a bad situation to a good situation, right? We have the flag. We're still behind in points. We have the flag in a base. They're about to capture a base. This is where a teammate makes a mistake, okay? This is not shaming the teammates. He may not know this is a new play style on this map, right? If you are in this situation, they don't have the base yet. We don't want to cap it, but he does. It is what it is, okay? Again, you don't really want to cap it. Maybe if we were that far behind, you could just cap it when well, looking at the points, we could have just held for the rest of the game, but it is what it is. Again, this is where, just like at the beginning, some people would say GG, they'd be like, we're done, this guy threw. Don't do that. Just play it out. Make a difference. So accept the situation you're in and immediately focus objective. Right? So immediately, as soon as the game thinks I'm not in combat anymore for some reason, we're going to go over to the new base. Okay. Now, if I had sat there typing and I had been like, you threw, you shouldn't have capped, this, that, you're not going to teach anybody in chat. If you think you're going to like teach people life lessons in World of Warcraft chat, you're just not. I accepted the situation, went immediately to objective. And because of that, I'm going to show you what happens. There's a rogue on the point. Now, I can run over there and I can fight him. That takes time. Or I can use my Death Knight abilities of Disruption and open a opening for my team. So, use the Death Knight abilities, grip, blind. Okay, my team is able to capture the point. Okay, we're gonna stun him. So now, instead of just trying to fight him over there, and instead of wasting time typing directly to the point, I'm able to create an opening for the team and we capture a base that maybe we wouldn't have captured. So again, even if you're behind, even if someone throws, play the game out. Try and make plays. Do what your class is designed to do. So we actually kudos to our team because they got the other base over there. And again, it's a team game. So this is not like I'm carrying the game or anything. This is, I'm creating openings for my team and they are playing very well. So good job to these guys. But I think for the rest of this, maybe we might get the flag over there. Let's see, I'll skip through this a little bit. Yeah, so we get the flag. If you're in the situation you have a flag, don't cap it. Okay, if you have both bases ticking at the same time, do not capture the flag because it will reset the bases. Now that we have two bases, a flag capture is worth 175 points. If we had 1 point, it's worth 150 points. And I mentioned that earlier, just want to say it again. So what the plan is here is wait until we're 175 points away from 1500 and cap the flag. And that's exactly what we do. So we get right through it. Okay. And you can see this, I don't need to show you that timer going, but we end up winning this game. All right, the next map is Gilneas. So like I said, I wanted to show a little bit of each type of gameplay. This one is a base map. The other base map that we have is Arathi, and I will show that one in my next video. I just didn't want these to be 1 billion hours long because no one would watch and you guys would get tired of hearing my voice. So I'm going to go ahead and show you what you want to do here. What you want to do here as Death Knight, primarily, you are a team fight disruption machine. You are going to go to Waterworks almost every time. Unless there's like a team where you get like 3 Death Knights and you're the unholy Death Knight, you may end up sitting. But typically, you want to be going to the team fight. So we're running in here. They're already across. Here, I'm just trying to disrupt them as much as possible, right? Create some opening for the team. A lot of times, people, I think it's from random BGs and that sort of thing, where people may not be geared. People will be like, focus healer, focus healer, focus healer. Some of these healers, Evoker is probably a good one to hit, but some of these healers aren't going to die before the DPS. And you got to shut down some of these DPS. If it's something like a Resto Druid in a team fight, you probably go after them. But here, they have things that we got to shut down. Boomkin, he's going to be casting Cyclones. If he's free casting damage or not in bear form, he's going to be doing a lot of damage in this team fight. So what I do here, focus the Boomkin right away, right? He's already got one incarn up. We gotta do some damage to him. So, going after him. Everyone's hitting the dragon. I hit him a little bit because I'm like, he's getting low. Maybe our team has enough damage, but again, with these healers are tanky. So I'm shutting down the Boomkin first. I'm just throwing out CC. You know, in Arena, a lot of the time you're trying to set up the CC with damage. When you're in these massive team fights, you don't have damage at the same time that your team does all the time, except in the very, very beginning. So you can safely throw out CC in these team fights and disruption in these team fights, and you know, hopefully as your teammates cooldowns are coming off, they can capitalize on it. It's not quite, oh, I need to save Remorseless Winter for Pillar of Frost in these team fights. So just another little rotation tip here, but we end up killing the Boomkin, which saves us a lot of damage. Now we're at a big advantage here. As you can see, something I'm doing, I'm standing right near the flag. I'm not chasing these people around. And the reason for that is people will try to stealth cap this, right? If I chase all over the map, one of these guys is going to be clever and they're going to try and capture it. So I like to drop a Death and Decay by the flag and just kind of cleave everything. I'm just hitting everything. As you can see, I'm not chasing these people, right? We're just standing right by the flag, and killing them is important, but making sure they don't cap is more important. So, especially as Death Knight, you know, we have ranged people on our team sitting back there doing all the damage. I am trying to keep them from capping. Just disrupt. Great job by my healers. They're sort of figuring out. They're sort of figuring out what I'm doing, and they try to focus me down a couple times. But our healers did a great job throwing out cooldowns, keeping me up. I'm trying to grip everybody together so I can set up these goes for them, right? And just gripping everyone together, stunning them, because even if I don't have Pillar of Frost, our team has damage. So just blinding them here. Now I do have cooldowns, so everything dies. So the other thing here, I see their Mistweaver decides, hey, we're losing this. I need to get away and regroup. Smart move by him. He tried to get away. When you see that happening, if it's a healer, focus on their healers on battleground enemies. Focus on their healers. If their healers are trying to get away, grip them. The main person you want to disrupt, healers, for sure. Keep them chains, keep gripping them, anything to just sort of disrupt what they're trying to do. Okay, and we pretty much we clean this up and we capture this point. So the other thing you don't, okay, so no shame to these players. What they're trying to do is they're trying to spin the point for as long as possible. I understand what they're trying to do. The problem with this is that it wastes a lot of time for their team as well. What ends up happening is that by coming over here and dying, because they're gonna die, is that now their team is split. So when they've lost a team fight like this, they have two options. They can either try and go and get Lighthouse, or they can gather up their forces and push here again. They can't really do that if two people are going to respawn at a different time. So here, like the Boomy could have gone with the Rogue and tried to get Lighthouse. But, you know, we have something they could do on their team. This is something I like to do on these base maps, is check if both of the healers, it's like we have both of our healers at Waterworks. If both healers are at a base, you can probably go, don't go to that base. Okay, it's usually a waste of time. Go to the other base. If we have both healers here, they're not killing anybody anytime soon. Go to the other base. So unfortunately for them, he's popping in corn, he's trying to do damage, but again, I see they were trying to spin I know they were trying to spin the node for a little bit. but it ends up just sort of putting them behind. So here we are. We've got the node, and they've got the option. They can either go lighthouse, or they can come here again. But again, I'm not trying to shame other players. I'm just trying to identify mistakes so that you guys know what to do. Now our priest over here is going to lighthouse. They're spreading out the healers. So when you have two bases like this, you typically want one healer at each base. So that way it's harder to cap. So had they gone lighthouse originally, they might have captured it. But because they came here, now we've got the base, they're dead, and our healer is going to the other base to reinforce. So just something to be aware of. So what they're going to do, never leave a base before it's capped. So even if you didn't capture it, if you're the last one there, stay here until it caps. And even after that, don't ghost bases. Okay, I know we're Death Knights, we want to be in the team fight, it's where we should be, but sometimes we have to take on other roles. So here, I know they're coming to, you're probably like, why am I gripping people towards me? Towards our base, right? They have a very mobile team comp. They have a Mistweaver, a Dragon, a Boomkin, Demon Hunter, right? Use your surroundings. One of the main advantages to these classes is that they're fast. Death Knight is not fast. Death Knight wants to get everything in a pile and hit it very hard. Now, if you are gripping them into the water and stunning them and slowing them in the water, you're taking away one of the main advantages that they have, which is their mobility to get away. So you can cleave everybody. So whenever there's situations like this where there's these rivers, there's, there's a couple maps that have different environments like this, you want to be using them to your advantage. Keep them slow, they're slow in the water. So I'm just trying to disrupt them here. And here we go. We're getting some nice cleave off on them because, again, they're stuck in the water. They can't use their mobility to get away like they would be able to on the land. So it helps us get a lot of cooldowns out of them. We got Cocoon from the Monk. We got all these different cooldowns out of them before they're even on the point. And so you'll see again, here I am, I'm just standing on the flag. I know we're winning. We have two bases. All we got to do is just make sure they don't cap, right? We're not getting points for kills here. This isn't Temple or anything like that. I'm sitting right on the point. I'm making sure they don't cap. Here's where I realize, okay, the Boomkin's back. We gotta go to the Boomkin, because remember the first time taking him out of the team fight made a huge difference. And I can already see he's starting to pop off in damage. He was casting a Cyclone. Can't have that. That's illegal. It's not allowed. So we go Boomkin. So doing big damage to the Boomkin. Gripping them all into a pile so my whole team can cleave. Again, we're setting up for the team. We are disruption. We are, just setting up for our buddies here. And ends up getting a lot of damage. I think I checked the Frost Strike there because I was pretty proud of that. Okay, so I got a little distracted there. Right. Okay, so you can pretty much see how this one goes. I think the rest of this game is pretty much exactly this. I think they may try the attempt one more time, but we're going to move on to the next game. So, this one is a flag map, a flag carry map. So the strategy here, Mistweavers, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry if you're watching this. I know this is probably annoying, but I'm looking at the enemy team. There's two people who are going to may attempt to carry the flag. Outlaw Rogue may attempt because they're very mobile. They have good defensives. And then Mistweaver is 9 times out of 10 going to be the one that actually carries them. Mistweaver is very good at carrying a flag. And what I'm going to do is Death Knights. I am not defending our flag carrier. I am not fighting in the team fights. I am not giving directions in the chat. I'm not, I'm not emoting on people. The only thing that I am doing this entire game is going after their Mistweaver. I am on their Mistweaver like Diddy at a freak off, right? I am running straight into them. And the reason why I'm going straight for the Mistweaver before they even have the flag is your team is typically not going to attack the flag carrier until they see they have the flag. And sometimes until they get the flag all the way back to the base. But the problem with that is that if you wait to attack the flag carrier until they already have the flag, they're already halfway across, right? Because they have to go across and then come back. So if they're already in your flag room, they've made it halfway. Try and get cooldowns before that happens. So this is where some of those same skills come in. You're trying to get cooldowns out of their flag carrier and out of the rest of their team. Freedom, right? Pain suppression, all that kind of stuff. So here we go. Running straight in for the Mistweaver. Target acquired. And he gets rooted by the Shaman. It's okay. So I missed a grip there. It's a bit annoying, but it's Battleground Blitz is randoms. We don't have comms. Everyone's just trying to do the best they can. So here we are, just getting cooldowns on the Mistweaver. Now the Mistweaver is running away across the bridge. I could easily turn around and kill some of these people, but again, we're not about that. We're about one thing, and that is Mistweaver. Okay, even when it kills me, right? So I die. It's okay. We got some cooldowns. Now, this is like, I think a little bit later. We have we're going straight for the Mistweaver. Their Mistweaver is in their flag room with our flag now. So we're going straight for him. Again, I clipped this a bit because I don't want you guys to have to watch like 30-minute games. If you want to watch the full games, I stream on Twitch. Come and check me out. It's the same exact name as the YouTube name. And you can watch the whole thing. And you can ask me, why are you doing that? Why is your transmog so basic? Any of that kind of stuff. But I try to cut it to show you guys the thought process, the actual plays, what you should be doing as Death Knights in this. Hopefully it helps. So here we go. Straight for the Mistweaver here. Right, so we got Revival, very nice. Not attacking anyone else, we're just going straight for the Mistweaver. Throwing out CC just because I want to get cooldowns out of him. Right, and we get Trinket out of that. And Cocoon. Okay. Right, so now I die. And it's tilting to die. I get that. But a lot of people, they die and they're like, hey, where's my team? I have no one offense, blah, blah, blah. Don't be that guy. Listen, Mistweaver no longer has Trinket. No longer has Cocoon. He's going to die in a second. So here, I'm like, okay, everyone's in the graveyard. Everyone who's in the grave, I type in the chat. Everyone who's respawning, come offense. Right, so the reason I'm doing this, again, type nicely. Don't be like, hey, monkeys, come offense, right? Be like, hey, come offense with me. He dies, next go. And ask them nicely. You can even throw in a please, right? Use your manners. Now, they're about it. These people are ready to go, so here we go. We're going back. Remember, we got Trinket out of him. We got Cocoon out of him. We're pretty happy with that. So we're going back. Gave him water walking, but it didn't go quick enough. So I'm making sure he's with me. If my team wasn't with me here, I know that he's gonna die. So I would probably sit here and wait before I went in and type need help EFC. Maybe he would die by himself because he's got 12 stacks, right? But we wanna lock this in. So I'd probably wait and just send a message. So a nice message. Don't be a dick to your teammates. They're your teammates. Okay, so now grip him out here, blind. Right, he doesn't have trinket, so we're able to hammer him a bit. Because he doesn't have trinket, we kill him in a silence. Very nice. We return the flag. So again, attack the Mistweaver or the flag carrier relentlessly. Get cooldowns out of them, even if you don't kill them. You get those cooldowns out so that when you come back, you can kill him. The other thing is, people are gonna hate this, but Death Knight's just, it's disruptive to the enemy team and it's a support for its team, right? Here, again, I don't care about these people, but the Mistweaver is in the graveyard, so what I'm gonna do is stop for a second and kill these people so that the rest of my team can get back to doing whatever they want to do. So I'm here to support them, right? They're the ones with mobility, they're the ones with mortal strikes and damage and all that kind of stuff. I have slows and grips, so I'm helping them get away so they can go and do what they need to do. Now, here we are again. I think I skipped a little bit in this, but their Mistweaver got the flag and he is back. So I think here, grab the Berserk. I believe right here we just kill him again. Yeah, it looks like we just kill him again. So again, I think here I was trying to highlight relentlessly going EFC as Death Knight. Chains, grips. I'm not hitting anybody else, just the Mistweaver. That is what you are meant to do. That is your purpose in these maps. If you have a bunch of Death Knights or something and they're like, hey, we need your help or we need someone to peel, obviously your role is going to change dynamically as your team needs help. If someone is calling for help, help them. You are on a team, be helpful. But typically 90% of the time, I just, from start to end, go after slow with Chains of Ice and grips on their Mistweaver or their flag carrier. And that has worked pretty well. We have 3 Death Knights above 2.4, and I do the same thing every game. The other thing that I will say about Death Grip, real quick before we go, time your Death Grip with their mobility. Okay, so if you're just throwing out Death Grip, they can use mobility to get away. So when you see them roll, when you see them, blink, whatever it is that the enemy flag carrier is doing, that is when you want to use mobility to counter their mobility, or use your anti-mobility, excuse me, to counter their mobility. Okay, so that's sort of how you want to time the grips. Just another little piece of info. But again, these were 3 different maps of sort of the strategies and the decision making, why I'm doing the things that I'm doing. I'm not doing anything special, right? I'm not some like multi crazy rank 1 guy. Like, I'm just queuing battleground blitz and playing objective here. And it, a lot of it is luck with the teammates, but again, I've done it consistently 3 times now on 3 different Death Knights. So I feel confident in saying that if you do these things, you will also climb. Guys, I hope that was helpful. If you want some more gameplay, if you have questions about stats, about gearing, about anything that I mentioned in the video, check out my Twitch. I am going to be streaming more often on it. I'll be doing mostly PvP content, but I mess around in PvE with friends as well. So come by, ask me questions. It's not a bother at all. And yeah, thank you for watching this much. I know it's a lot of content. Hopefully it's helpful, and I will see you soon.